Good morning. How you doing? A little cloudy today. I mean, a little cloudy this side of the window. Gotta get this straightened out. Hard to read these. So I do a little chat this morning. Getting a lot done. Crazy. I've been sticking to my secrets. Anybody looking to get more exercise done, discipline? You just ask me. I've been on a roll. I help you do it too. Oh, good morning. How are you today? I thought I'd come on and say hello. How's it going, Stephanie? Boy, you sure get up early, don't you? Hey, did you go to that bar or not? That New Year's Eve night? Frisky, you're up early too. Yeah, man, I took this new supplement yesterday, which doesn't have anything that would energize you, and a new protein mix. Man, I was so damn jacked up last night. I bet I didn't fall asleep till 4:30. No shit. Hey, Pug, how you doing? Good morning. No, I'm going to get it on early today. Oh, I sound everybody. I know I sound way younger than I look. It's believe me, that's been a problem in the past. No, I know it. Yeah, I know. I had that happen when I was doing PI work. I'd be soliciting accounts, and I'd call. They think it was some young, good-looking guy. Man, were they in for a surprise? Believe me, I dreaded showing up to places. Yeah, I know. Everybody thinks I'm young when I'm on the phone. You were up at 4? Wow. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks a lot. No, it definitely up me. Yeah, no, I wish. No, I know it's been a problem in the past. Don't feel bad though. I've had it bite me in the ass too. There used to be an air traffic controller at Ann Arbor Airport, and she sounded so nice. I fly late at night a lot, and in the wintertime there weren't a lot of people flying at late night. I would talk to her, and she just sounded so hot. I shouldn't say hot. She sounded very attractive. She'd always make little comments because nobody else was out there. And there was a place I'd go down in Wauseon, Ohio. That's a long story too. Great place. Guy inherited it. Super food. Sponsored the 4-H. It was called Exit 3 in Ohio. You could fly down there, land in a field, and go in there and get breakfast, lunch, dinner. It's absolutely fantastic. The dad ended up dying, and his son ended up closing that about 20 years ago. But man, I had more fun there. I used to take all the waitresses for rides, customer for airplane rides. It was fun. Well, anyway, I go down there, and that was like fond memories. I would go down there, and they would make home baked pies. So this control I'm talking to, it was around the holidays. I was always by myself, and I'd coming in one night, and I thought I'll get her a pie, and I got her a pie down there and took off. And I contacted her like 15 miles out, coming in for a landing. And I said, hey, I want to stop by. I want to get you. She said, yeah, just pull up the control tower. And that's a small in Ann Arbor, Michigan. They buzz you in and all that stuff. I walked up the thing. And she was super nice. And I bet she enjoyed the pie. About 5'2", probably around 350 pounds. God, and sometimes just wasn't what I was looking for. But as I mentioned before when I've done some of these chats, I think it's disappointing that men have evolved this way. And I'm sure women have too. Because she was really nice. But man, I just got to knock it over the hump on that. I don't like it that way, to be honest with you. Oh, how you doing? Good morning, Jamie. How are you? Hey, Angie. Begin to think I have a mental issue preventing me. I need to change. Oh, yeah, I got them. Oh, definitely. Well, as long as you haven't had the cops running you off the road and taking you to a psychiatric hospital, you're doing better than I did. Oh, hell yeah, I've struggled. I can tell you everything about depression. locked up in psychiatric hospitals twice. I spent the whole month of June in 2 different psychiatric hospitals 8 years ago. Oh, and by the way, I'm glad you brought that up because, in a way, I kind of give YouTube credit for this in that, they don't want you putting out bullshit out there, false medical information. I don't blame them. But you would think that when people go on a chat, you're talking to a screwball like me, it's not medical information. It's experience based on what I've lived. I'm not trying to tell you how to do it. I'm not saying it's a good guy. I can just tell you how it worked that way. But there are shortcuts to that, and there are all sorts of things you can try. I mean, you're certainly welcome to give me a call if you ever want to do it. And I tell people all the time, personally, I mean, it's not one size fits all. I'm not a guy that wants to talk to people about depression, really. I mean, I guess that helps some people, but there's lots of facets of it. Why are you depressed? Are you lonely? Are you trying to get attention? I was just depressed. It wasn't any of that stuff. But if I tell people all the time, anybody that ever has that and they think that would help them and they'd like to talk to me, I can certainly share my secrets, tell you some good books, medication that worked, didn't work for me, getting GeneSight. You're going through what most people go through at some point in their life. There's a variety. It's like a zillion choices of the way you can get depressed and get go out of control. Hey, Angie, you didn't used to live in Port Huron, did you? It prevents you from doing things. Oh, yeah, I struggle. It's tough. Yeah, depressed. And a lot of the people on here are, hey, Michael, how you doing? A lot of people on here have suffered from depression, like big time, crazy, got disability for it. And, I shouldn't say crazy, but you know what I'm saying. Nobody's crazier than me on the whole damn thing. So if you're comparing yourself to me, that ought to make you feel good right away. No, I've had rough times in that. I can tell you all sorts of stuff about that. I constantly, I think I had ADD as a kid too. And as I've gotten older and that ADD is burned out, I've gotten more patient. I was like the worst student ever of anything my whole life. And then as I got older, I liked all the crazy, skydiving, kickboxing, boxing, flying airplanes, all that shit, motorcycles. And then as I got older, believe it or not, I kind of morphed into like a guy that had an academic interest. It's so weird. Even stuff I liked when I was younger, I couldn't do. Like ground school for a pilot's license. It was like torture for me. And but as I've gotten older, over the years, I've slowly got away from the things that distracted me from being a student worth of shit. It finally happened. I think I could get good grades now. And it's because I just got tired of all those things. I got older. I never did drugs, didn't really drink much. And then movies started getting boring. No more good documentaries. And I quit hunting, didn't fish. Started reading about things, and honestly, every year I get better. I just read a whole book in 4 days here on the moon by Rebecca Boyle, and I'm about a third of the way through. I'm one on Dorothy Parker. I read like a lunatic, and I tell people all the time, there's a lot of good, cheap books out there, and I can tell you where to get them. I do go to Barnes & Noble, but that's going to be cutting way back now because I've got a mailbox. I can get stuff delivered here by Amazon. I can tell you where you can get all those books that I show. They're like $2, $3, $5. Once in a while, one's $10. Yeah. Got a big ass glare. Age has a lot to do with it. Yeah. If you're 48, age does have a lot to do it. Oh, okay. Because there was another Angie that used to come on too. That's the only reason I asked. Yeah, blocking. I can do that about certain things. I can give you 2 examples. I think I only really block things out. One time I had a girl break up with me when I was 21. It's like the love of my life. And that really, God, man, that really bothered me. Like crazy. To tell you the truth, I think that bothered me for 40 fucking years. Really bothered me. And that was one of the few things that I could block out of my mind because it was like, saving myself organ damage. It was that hurtful to me. And another thing, I had a buddy that was best friends with a priest in Chicago, of all things. And he died about 13 years ago. And we were best friends the whole time I was there in Chicago, just like Marty and I. I said the other night I've had 3 guys worth of fuck. Took me into my 40s to meet the first one, him. The second one, Marty, and a third guy I've met through YouTube, Ken, up in Michigan. I mean, I'm talking about solid, good people, man. It's like, and if I think about Frank, because he was a good guy, man. Shows you what a small world it is. My sister was the first owner of McDonald's franchises. Here I moved to a big city like Chicago, don't know anybody, meet Frank right off the bat, eating lunch at a place. We become great friends. My sister eventually gets out of McDonald's, but she also ran some of these single female owner operator deals. And my priest buddy gets sick, gets lung cancer, gets a half. I take him to all his doctor's appointments, gets a half lung out, dead 6 months later. It's fucking terrible. I mean, really terrible. Well, anyway, it shows you what a small world it is. He knew the president of McDonald's USA. He chartered us at King Air, an airplane and a limousine, and I took him down to Cleveland Clinic, which was a terrible experience. But here, of all places, my sister has a McDonald's. I end up meeting a priest and being good friends with him, and end up getting a chartered airplane paid for by the guy that owns. I mean, that's why, it's the same thing as the Powerball and the Mega Millions. And I was talking to my sister at the time. I didn't talk to her for about probably the last 8 years when she died. And she just could not believe that I knew somebody that knew the president, because she had got several plaques and stuff for being a single female. So she crossed paths with him quite a bit. But just the likelihood of things happen sometime are just really weird. Crazy. But on that stuff, there's all sorts of, there's a million books out there. Depression definitely trumps discipline. Do you have insurance, Angie? Are you able? I mean, I always tell people, I think the best way, and I didn't do this, but don't do as I do as I say. I think it's to try new medication and get a competent therapist as well. What I've been working on a lot lately is I'll give you an example. Let me give you an example. And it sounds a lot of it, you just think it's bullshit. You don't believe it. And I'm kind of like that anyway, negative. But let me just give you an example here. And I bought this, I think it was $8, $9. Now, I've always lifted weights my whole life and all that shit, most of my life, and was really into it for like 35 years. Then got off it, all that bullshit. But here's my point. Anyway, it was always like, yeah, I like lifting weights. I think you look good, you're stronger, all that bullshit. That's why I did it. And I did it. What seems as I got older, it was hard to do. So I'm looking, desperate, kind of like looking for other ways to stay disciplined. Since I've been down here, I've been just absolutely terrible. And anyway, I saw this book here. There's 2 things, really. And these are 2 cheap books. And I was kind of like on a similar track anyway, but fortified it through this cheap book. Here's one. It was only $8 from Barnes & Noble. $8. I got this. And here's another one, a workout journal roadmap. And this is, I've got every damn, I've probably got 100 books on weightlifting, technique, diet, all that bullshit. So here, let me tell you the difference in these and why I suggest this. And promise yourself, I'm running out of time too, to be disciplined. I'll be 69 tomorrow. So I'd like to get out of this damn rat race, being happier, and I'm just taking a stab at changing things, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. I tell people, I spell it out to them, tell you like it is. Like I was addicted to porn my whole life. I mean, like crazy addiction. Seriously, man. And when I was younger, all that strip clubs, topless bars, escorts, you name it, all that kind of shit. And I want to tell you too that when I was interviewing prostitutes, it had nothing to do with that. Zero, zilch, not even a shred of a possibility. Now these crazies out there say that I kill them and stuff. They're fucking nuts, man. Honestly, I don't want to sound negative to somebody that already had a tough time in life, but to be honest with you, it wasn't any form of discipline. I was just being a good guy to people that I thought needed a break. That's it. It wasn't like I had to fight myself to not try and have sex with these women. Just did not happen. But anyway, so things like that. There's some things you're just kind of like naturally good at. Who knows why? And I was very lucky in business. Luck's part of it too. And I thought I had like a good bite at the apple of meeting women and having good relationships. But I think that porn fucked me up in a lot of that. I mean, I knew porn wasn't real, but my attitude was, well, if you don't like it, fuck you. And I got thinking about these things, and I've thought about it a long time, and I've implemented this little things. I thought, I'm going to quit watching porn, quit doing this goddamn shit, and I'll just see what happens. So I don't have any great expectations. Let me tell you, it is not easy. I mean, I get into like making my own porn, and fuck, it's just insanity, man. I mean, even a hardcore curmudgeon like me thought, man, this is just not right. Gotta quit doing this. So here I am, half dead, quitting porn. And part of that is I thought to myself, when you're like that and that's your personality, what you do is, at least I did, you seek out people that you can kind of like control and dominate in a subtle way. It isn't like I'm calling women up and telling them, I don't want you going out with your girlfriend. Not that, but kind of like that in a different way. You just get across that, it's your way or the highway. And the ones that rebuke that, you move on. Because I don't know whether it's security and you just can't believe that women go places and don't have a fair, stuff like that. So part of this whole thing was to like just be not with friendships and success in business. That was pretty easy. I didn't think I struggled. But I thought to myself, I'm going to try and maybe just have I hate to say it, healthier relationship. And I want to like make somebody like a priority. I don't know why I thought this shit. So that's part of this whole new thinking. But anyway, back to this thing. On this mindfulness journey, what I like about it is it gives you like days like this, and it forces you to, rather than just wake up and say, I'm going to have a good day today, it forces you to give you what you're shooting for, how you're going to get there, how it went during the midst of a day, how it went at the end of the day, how you could have done things differently, and then time off from social media, cell phones, TV, that kind of stuff. So here's an example. Like, now this, you can call it whatever you want. It doesn't really need to be philosophy, but it's kind of along those ways, cognitive-based therapy, hybrid, that kind of thing. It's like my intention today is, that's one thing, okay? I will take time to focus on digital detox. I will turn off all my phones, tablets, and computers for it, and you fill in. Now, I haven't done that because I've been doing a lot of that anyway, so I didn't think it was necessary. And my positive affirmation will be, and then like I'm a big nature guy anyway, and since I've been doing this, which isn't long, today's the 3rd, it said natural healing, I will harness nature's energy by. Well, with me, it's always going out and feeding the deer at night and feeding the vultures. And really the vultures, I realized through this stuff how much associating with these vultures means to me. Now, if you'd asked me before I was on this more regimen of being able to look back and in a chronological way know how the day went, I couldn't say, well, I fed the vultures. Well, it's more than that. And this reminds you of that. And this gets you on a better track for the next day. And I got this mindfulness, which sounds kind of hokey. I always think of beads and incense burning, but that's like more biased in my own mentally ill mind. So that's the first thing. Now, here's what I thought was better too. I told you that I did, you can get this thing too. Get this thing too at Barnes & Noble. The Workout Journal Roadmap. Now, I got all my other stuff charted out too, but let me tell you why this is good. So this This tells you how to set up your goals and don't stop. SMART goals. Okay, let me just read this to you, okay? It says experts agree that 90 days. Now, mine's going to be a little different than this, but you know what happens, and I've done this. If you look for the perfect scenario, 30 years get by and you never do anything because you get turned off as you start to read it. Well, I've just promised myself to not do that. So even though there are things that I don't fill out, like the computer thing, because I'm doing it already, and things that I may skip with every little single thing that I ate for the day, because I'm doing the right thing with eating. It doesn't, before I'd say, I'm not filling out all that bullshit. Well, filling out all that bullshit is what gets you done. Back to my point. So it says, experts agree that 90 days is a smart, reasonable cycle in which you can set meaningful goals and expect great results. That's why this journal has been designed to cover 13 weeks, approximately 90 days. Your first step on the road to results, answering one all-important question. Where do you want your workouts and nutrition plan to take you in the next 13 weeks? That is different than just saying, I'm going to eat healthy and lift weights. See what I mean? And then it says, before you get started, you need a destination in mind. That's true. So before you'd say, well, I want to get stronger. I want to lose fat. I want my endurance better. That keeps you from just, what is that? Well, if you don't document it, you don't set a goal, you really never know. Probably it's just a bunch of goals you're never going to attempt. So it says specific. Don't set out to lose weight. Aim to lose inches. Measurable. Want to lift more weight? Aim to increase your bench press by a certain percentage or a number of pounds by a certain date. Attainable. While it's specific and measurable is to set a goal of losing 10% of body fat in 90 days, it's not attainable. Setting unreachable goals only sets you up for failure. Another thing too, I've gotten back into weightlifting, and in my male mind, I don't want to start out with like some pussy weight, like a Richard Simmons trampoline warm up. So bingo, rang a bell right there. Set reasonable goals. In my mind, I want to like lift weights like I did 30 years ago. Still can't. Realistic. Even if the goal is technically attainable, it may not be realistic for you. If you haven't been training regularly, you're not going to be ready to compete in an Ironman triathlon in 90 days. Yeah. Here's a perfect example talking to you. Timed. You hold yourself accountable when you specify an end date. In other words, like, oh yeah, I should be benching, 270 by June. Now I'll know before June how I'm doing. If I set an unattainable goal, it's all marked down. For at this age and that weight, I'd have wrote that shit down no problem a month ago. Not now. Probably unattainable. And I found through changing little things with diet, listening to music, exercise, that now I'm like been pretty good. Well, I have been great at sticking to my thing because I know now, based on caloric content and exercise and sleep's a big one too. Get on a good sleep schedule. I'm not going to fuck my damn whole day up with a hot fudge sundae. Where if I wasn't because that just wipes out my walk, half my weightlifting. 550 calories is a lot. I'm not blowing it with that shit anymore. So rather than eat the whole bag of goldfish, I don't buy them. That's another thing that I've learned too that I don't do. I said the other night on a thing, I like those Selleys chocolate covered cherries in that red foil wrapper. And I was in Walmart about a week ago, and I thought, well, they had a box of them. Luckily, they were only in 12. And they were on sale. That's what fucks you most of the time, on sale. That's the final thing to get you to buy something you don't need. And I thought, boy, I hadn't had one of those in a long time. 12 of them on there. Ate the whole fucking box before I got home. And I've done that with some other shit too. Like some, I don't know, just different things. So now if you're trying to like do this, it's self-defeating behavior. Don't buy that shit. I'm just torturing myself again. My dumb ass bought them. I don't buy them anymore. Stuff like that. So I've been like good. I'm in the same size pants I was in high school. I think I'm down to 209 now. Well, anyway, so Anyway, you look at this. Now, so now you get into this thing, right? Right here, and it marks your workout, tells you to do all your measurements, all that kind of stuff. And then it starts your weekly check-ins. This goes through the whole 13 weeks. Now I'm going to keep going after this, but this shows you your measurements. You keep doing this once a week. So if I'm into this a month and there isn't any change, I'm not doing it right. That lets me know this. So this kind of holds you accountable. Then you go through this, and then you do what you did. So today will be day 3 for me. And then it shows you like cardio, strength, stretch, breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. I kind of like don't fill all that out because I'm eating really well, and I don't need to like just see numbers there that I know are going to be low. And then this just takes you through week 1, and then it keeps you to track it, your strength, your cardio, all through this 13-week program. So I will go back and I can go and I can say, oh yeah, I did this. It's like, God damn, man, I couldn't even like lift a toothbrush to my mouth. It was too much. If you set this up to where you're trying to do too much too soon, it'll turn you off. You're going to dread doing it, and you'll just find other things to do. So I'm really kind of set my goals up now to be reasonable. And I never did that before. You know, I'm surprised I didn't tear rotator cuffs and shit like that because I didn't want to lift that pussy weight. So if you really want to, I mean, and if you think if you're fat, you're out of shape, what that costs you really. Just think of what it costs you. All the shit you buy, you eat, you shouldn't. So, you know, if you're like, don't want to buy books, and if you think that an $8 book like this, oh, and I got an hour sand timer too that I watch. An hour sand timer. Just like stare at and think of things. And I got a little lava lamp out too. $8, Barnes and Noble. And there are ones like this. You know, but like, you know, I didn't buy this stuff before because, you know, I just don't like the idea of like beads and clarinet and incense burning, long hair, tattoos. And that's not really what that is because it's your own custom program. So that's the first thing. And then the second thing is this workout journal roadmap. It'll keep you on track, make reasonable goals rather than just adding 5 pounds every 2 weeks like you used to on an index card like this. So I put it all together, and I'm doing it. So far so good. And I've been kind of doing it, and I read way more. Cancel your TV and read more books. Books are like where it's at as far as like really in-depth knowledge. Hey Kelly, how you doing? In-depth knowledge. You're just not going to get it on a YouTube video. I mean, I'm not saying never, but in general, get things specific to you. And here's another thing too. Like for some reason, I like reading science now, and I'm trying to memorize the whole peripheral nervous system as a hobby. I have a lot of Atlas books, but not one quite this small that I could just like have with me all the time when I got a few minutes. And I found now that I'm doing like just things that are good to know. I'm not blowing it on porn and fucking off. And I'm really cutting down my driving around, and I'm getting more like done. Yeah. You could do it. So to answer your question, Angie, yeah, scientific. Yeah, it's really interesting. Hey, Chris, how you doing? What is the journal called again? Yeah, it's on sale. If you get a Barnes & Noble, you can probably order it. I'll tell you exactly. Both these. These are cheap books. These aren't like expensive ones. I just happen to notice them. And if you figure like for $25 or something, and it works, that it's super cheap. This mindfulness journal, let's see, it's $8 at Barnes & Noble. I'll tell you the thing so you can probably get it somewhere cheaper. Probably get it cheaper somewhere. They're running a sale now, by the way. You see, it's written by Emma Van Hinsberg, Hinsberg. It's called the Mindfulness Journal. And the publisher is Arcturus, ARCTURS. Right there. Now, different things are on different sales at Barnes & Noble, but you can get something like this a million places. eBay is good for this stuff, not Amazon. eBay is. That's the back. Nothing really. And then this one, the workout one, this is really good. This is the Workout Journal Roadmap. Track, Progress, Achieve. And this is by Castle Point Books, CASTLE Point Books, and they're out of New York. And let's see. Castle Point Books is a trademark. Yeah, so that's all you need to know. I can give you the ISBN number for it if you want. 978-1-250-19977-5. Yep. See? And then I don't think this will have a book number because it's really a journal, but I'll look anyway. If it was copyrighted, it might. But there, you can get similar ones if you can't find this. Oh yeah, here's the ISBN number on this mindfulness journal. 978-1-3988-9258-3. Printed in China too, so order it before the new tariffs start if you gotta get it from China, which I don't think you will. So it's just like, so you're getting it all, and I got a lot of supplements and stuff, and I'm not eating like crappy foods, and so far so good. And I'll tell you another thing too. Now I had worked on this kind of my whole life. Get rid of these damn toxic people in your life. Seriously, man, I can their ass left and fucking right, especially on the chat. Now that's true. I mean, my thinking on the chat is, it's like, if I go on my own chat and somebody's pissing me off, I don't like them. I mean, I wish I had a mouse to carry with me in other facets of life, girlfriends, employees, neighbors. Just click on X and they're fucking gone. It probably seems like I'm a dick some of the times, which I probably am, but it's just not, I just don't want these people around, these crazy, stalking, troublemaking losers. All they can do is talk about other people and make fun of the way they look and that kind of stuff. I don't want them around. And as you know, up until lately, I just, if you were a Republican, if you were a Democrat and I was a Republican, it wasn't not a problem. You know what I mean? But it just got to the point where I couldn't take it anymore. And I just don't want to come on a chat and act like I'm friends with someone that voted for Harris. Simple as that. I believe in capitalism. I believe in business. I believe we still have irons in the fire. And I just don't, I don't want to turn this thing on and just listen to this bullshit all the time of what was going on. To me, it's biased, subjective. And if they don't like it, they can go over to another chat where they talk about paying for transgender operations and having sanctuary cities where people can murder joggers and they still don't want to deport them. Fuck that. So it isn't all a happy, smiley face journal where we all hug while everybody goes out and ruins the fucking country behind your back. I'm not fucking doing it. Hey, Riggs. Yeah. Oh, good for you. Oh, good for you, Riggs. Oh, good. Oh, bladder infection? Bladder infection's not that big a deal. You can get that fixed. Oh yeah, we had a huge problem. We had a murder take place. They just gave that fucking scumbag life in prison. And I'm not saying that just because you vote that way you're a bad person. I think you're just misinformed. But like I said, unless you take unless you take a class on capitalism and how we got the way they are and GDP and this crazy shit of people ignoring the law, you're never going to understand it. These damn public schools have been brainwashing these kids, so you got a whole new generation of not working. Just look around. Runaway inflation. Then they want socialism too. Legislated, livable wages. How about some fucking skills? See, I get pissed thinking about it. And that's another thing that I struggle with daily. Controlling my damn emotions. I gotta quit. I was starting to rekindle this dating relationship with this lady. And she got all pissy about, some doctor wanting to have her get a mammogram. And, she's a health nut. And it's like, got bitchy. It's like, look, all I'm telling you is if you don't like where you're going, why do you even go to a doctor if you're not going to do what he tells you to do? Why don't you just eat some alfalfa powder and then she got kind of shitty with me, and I'm just trying to beat. And I thought to myself, oh no, this is the same thing with the mindfulness and the discipline and getting toxic people out of your life. And I'm thinking to myself, this is your response for me trying to, give you a plan B in a calm manner. I wasn't criticizing you. And I thought, I'm not doing this. And another thing too, she'd like to move down here. Well, I don't know if I'm ready for that either. And she's kind of like a hoarder. Not happening. It's not happening. And she said, well, she'd just like to have her own space. And I said, well, you can have your own space, but it might not be climate controlled. See, I know this. I know better. I'm not going to assume that it's going to get better out of nowhere. So when I coupled that together with the shitty attitude, she takes after her crazy, nutty mother. All three daughters are nuts. Hostile, pissed, no men in their lives. Well, you're number 3 now. Good luck to you. But I can see why all you women are single. And she has a lot of good qualities. She's a kind person. She had a fucked up upbringing. I mean, but I'm not getting in these bullshit Beverly Hillbillies arguments over nothing. Now if I get in an argument over something that's worthy, it's possible. It makes sense. And that's why you argue. But this kind of stupid shit, not happening. Toxic people. Like I tell people all the time, you never run into me hanging around anybody. I just prefer it that way. Now, maybe that's not too good either, but I'm going down with that one, no matter what this goddamn fucking relaxation book tells you. Yeah. Hope is not a plan. Thank you. 4 bald tires included. Absolutely right. I'm not fucking doing it. And it's not. Yeah, I'm not, man. I mean, shit. Yeah. So, well, here's the thing. And I think, I had one girlfriend for a little while, 98. And then I dated this girl for on and off for a couple months, couple times. But, I had, ever since I left my wife, I had that's then the state of my dating, which I guess there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm thinking I think I'm just delving into new waters where I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah. But I'm willing to try. But I know what I don't want more than what I do. Fucking nuts, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not putting up that fucking bullshit, man. My whole damn adult life has just been fuck buddies and, shit like that. And I mean, it's not really funny because maybe I missed out on a lot. And it's hard to complain about a couple hundred blowjobs. But you know what I mean? I could be missing something. I don't know what. Like, here I am in Georgia. I didn't think that would happen either. So, I mean, I'll take it as it comes. I could get goddamn bladder cancer tomorrow. You just never know. Yeah, know what you don't want. You ain't kidding, man. And I'm not saying that's necessarily the way to happiness. This is how crazy I've gotten lately on a positive note, and that is that, I quit watching porn. At least I have. And I think my next big goal, believe it or not, is throwing it all away. God, I just can't imagine myself doing that. Here I am secretly looking for a relapse. That's how fucked up it is, man. Get thinking about this shit, man. God damn it. I mean, it's I hate to tell you this, but yeah, and I don't know. We'll just see, man. Things are going pretty good now. I hope they keep. Oh, I haven't had a drink since April either. Not that I think that's a big problem. It was never really a problem, but I had that damn gastritis. As it turns out, was caused by a stupid doctor that was giving me the wrong blood pressure medication. And then once I figured out that I wasn't drinking that much, I just quit drinking it anyway. This is all like putting things together. So you take all these things together, right? You take working out more, quitting porn, not drinking, eating healthy, doing this stuff, getting good sleep, drinking extra water, eating right, taking supplements. I got a lot that's going on. And it's good. And I feel better. And my sleep's better. Now, I took this supplement yesterday and some creatine. And I had a hard time falling asleep. And you wouldn't think that had any connection to it. But I lifted weights pretty hard yesterday, too. And I don't know. I'm going to lift my weights earlier today because I know I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. So, and it's been easier than it's ever been. And I just think, I hope it keeps going, Yeah. Do I think I would ever visit her? Man, I'll tell you. I'm not ruling that out. But, she's in Michigan. I'm down here. She's got these fucking horses she loves that she used to race. And I mean, this is like anything else. Leather seats, cloth seat in a car, power windows, electric windows, chrome bumpers, plastic. It's the same thing with relationships. And when I add everything up in a column, it's not worth it. And believe it or not, she's a religious nut, which I don't have a problem with. I mean, you can do what you want. And honestly, I think there's more downside than good side. I was really in a fucking psycho way. I was going to try and make her life better, which was stupid to begin with. So I hope not. Pray for me, Christians. Yeah. No, I hope not. Which is why I just said, I got a text, we're going to talk. It's like, you know what? We're not going to talk. This isn't 22 where we're going to go fuck for 3 hours. This is 69 where I get a hard on once a month and the weather's got to be perfect or I'm not visiting. Yeah, this is a lot different. Yeah, this is like, do I want to feed the black vultures or get an airline ticket and go visit her? Too much bullshit. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. I mean, I joke about mail. I'm not alone. That's the big thing. I think that's the big thing that's kept me from having a damn girlfriend. And that for some reason I don't get lonely. It's crazy. I like being alone like all the fucking time. I lie to people to get out of like hanging around with them. Yeah, it's just I just don't think I'm a good candidate for it. Now, my whole fucking family wasn't. Why would I be any different? You know. Hey, but Angie, back to that stuff. If you ever want to call me or something, you're welcome. I'm not going to be, beaten off on the other line in a Speedo bathing suit, but I think I have quite a bit of knowledge on, and I've been there too. I've been in and out of this damn mental shit my whole life, talking from experience. Some people like talking about it, and others don't. So I'm not trying to bait anybody into calling me. I mean, I don't talk to people hardly ever at all, but at the expense of like helping someone, I'd be glad to. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, something's wrong with you. Well, I think both of us, bit the poison apple. No, that's how I am too. Solitary confinement. Yeah, it wouldn't be any kind of thing. I'll tell you, speaking, it's funny you should say, I don't know why I think, I go down and get a pizza at that good pizza place once in a while. And I don't know if I told you about that or not. I go in there the other night. They get a bunch of cute girls working there too, and they're all super nice, like 70s cheerleaders. So I go down there, and what was I going to say about that? I go down there, and just as I get there, this big family of like 10 sits next to me. And the real cute girl comes up, and she says, Tyrone's going to be waiting on you. Well, I know who Tyrone was, the only black guy working there. And I don't care about that. If anything, I'd give him a break. And I thought, well, Tyrone was just starting to get his electronic pad out to take their order. And I thought, fuck that, I'll be here forever. So I grabbed my water and my fork, and I went up to the bar, which I hate doing. But I knew I could get my order in quick, eat my pizza, and get the fuck out of there. So there's a big fat guy, redneck, tattoos, Bud Light, NASCAR watch, and fucking deer hunter. And there was a chair in between me and him. And I said, is anybody sitting there? He said, no, go right down. Nice guy like this. And a fucking football game was on. It was Illinois and South Carolina, which I could give a fuck about. And I'm trying not to chit chat with this fucker. I don't want this small talk. I'm just trying to order a pizza. And he's talking, like analyzing why'd you do that? And he's talking to him fucking himself. And I can tell he wants to talk about this fucking football game with somebody, And I just fucking ignored him. I didn't. So anyway, I got thinking about that. And I don't know, my bill was like 20 something bucks or something like that. So then I start thinking, it's like, I don't want this black guy, feeling a little whitey got up because he was black. It had nothing to fucking do with that. So it just so happened they would come up to get their drinks where I was sitting at the thing, and he was like next to me. I said, hey, man, I just wanted to tell you, I didn't move because of anything other than I wanted to get my order in ahead of them. He said, yeah, I wish you would have. He said, these people are a nightmare. He said, all they do is complain. He said, they come in about once a week, and they leave me like $1. And I thought, oh, yeah, right. I said, they're probably racist too. And this guy as it turns out, he's a robotics engineer that's trying to buy a house that's working a couple extra shifts at this pizza place. And I thought, well, I'm going to give this fucker a tip like he waited on me, And this shows you how you accidentally can find out if someone's a big asshole or they're a good person, because it never was supposed to really work, So the manager kind of guy, I guess his mom and some other partners on it, I said, hey, I want to leave you a tip. Like my bill is only like 20 something bucks, $10. And I want to leave him a tip. He said, well, I was just going to give him your tip anyway. So he realized what happened. Didn't want to see this guy get fucked out of tip, was just going to give him his money. I said, fuck that. Don't do that. Let me give you a tip and him a tip both. I said, because the only reason I sat up here was, to get my order in first. But here I found out the manager's a good guy. He didn't ask why I moved. He just didn't want the perception of me not getting waited on by the black guy amongst the whole restaurants of whites and anybody, including the black guy. The black guy was a sweet guy too. I mean, here I move. I'm not in his section anymore. And I said, hey, I'm explaining this to him. He said, hey, do you need anything? This fucker's trying to help me out. And I just moved away from his section. Good all around. I found out he was a good guy. The manager was a good guy. He was going to give him his, like, he's like a manager worker too, his tip and not say anything. So it was a just trifecta. Everything was great. And I ignored the football guy that talked to himself through the whole time I was eating my pizza. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he leave him $1. Just cheap buckers, rude. I mean, you still have some of that down here. I mean, believe me, man, I'll show you some places down here. Like, I got neighbors here. See, I don't want this to happen. I'm walking the other night. I did a 6.2-mile walk, not last night, the night before. And, I take little videos sometimes. Like, it takes me about 2 hours, 10 minutes, not fucking around. That took a little longer because I was trying to get these good shots of this beautiful sky I see when I'm doing this. And here I see a F-250 go by me, kind of slow. And it looks like Deliverance. I mean, there's nobody there. It's just me. And then it comes back the other way and it slows down. Well, people are friendly around here. And a guy slows down. He said, "Hey, do you need a ride or something?" I said, "No, I know it sounds weird. I'm just, pizza's excellent, the best ever. They use grande cheese, Grande. And he's told me where he lived. And I had actually talked to his dad once. We talked for a few minutes. He introduced himself, just a really good guy, and left. Now, the guy that lives to the right of me, he looks like the Unabomber. Really good guy, super smart guy. His wife just died about a year ago. That poor fucker. Let me tell you what happened to him. Accidents happen, right? He has his dog and he loves his dog and takes his dog everywhere. And, you drive kind of slow down these dirt roads because there's lots of deer and shit. His wife dies. They go to the funeral. I went and cut his grass and stuff because I could tell it was getting long, and he's usually anal about that shit. And, he has chickens that lay eggs. And he said, "Well, what can I do to thank you?" I said, "I'll tell you what you can do. Never visit and don't give me any eggs." I bought all my neighbors bags of Valdalia onions. I went to the onion festival and I made sure I told them, "Oh, this is for never stopping by." Yeah, I don't want fucking people dropping by. And he kind of laughed, you know what I mean? Anyway, this fucker's wife dies. About 2 weeks later after the funeral, he's an alcoholic. He's getting better though. Looks like the Unabomber, real smart guy, total like by himself all the time. 2 weeks later, he goes up to get some beer, probably. He's driving down near the road. You know how I always show you that chicken plant? Has the window down. And I see this guy driving all the fucking time since I've lived here. He drives like 10 miles an hour. Has the window down. The dog's looking out the window like Daisy does. And it's like one of these, it's an S10 or one of those trucks where, the window's down low, like, it's not up high where you'd have a hard time. Hits a fucking bump. The dog flies out the window and he runs over it, kills it. I mean, you talk about a bad day. And I said, "Man, I'm sorry about that, man." I said, "Don't feel bad. It's just an accident. I know you didn't do that shit." I don't know. I took him something later, And there are people around here like that. They're just a bad luck after his wife died. And she dies of alcoholism. There's a couple other ones, but I make very clear to everybody around here, I do not want you stopping by. I don't. If you need something, be glad to do. You need a ride to the hospital, all that shit. Be glad to do it. You need your fucking grass cut, anything. I'll be glad to do it. Just don't try to hang around me. I tell people that. It's no problem, man. What can I do to repay you? It's like, never come over. That sounds like shitty and stuff. Let me give you an example today. I do have people get a hold of me through YouTube that have been around a long time. And there's a guy here right now. He's a retired detective from somewhere around Atlanta. I probably haven't talked to this guy 5 fucking minutes. He was here about 3 weeks ago. I mean, like my dad used to say, he'd rather metal detect than fuck. You know what I mean? One of those guys are like that with fishing and hunting too. And we talked. He's on the 4-wheeler. He's out there fucking around. And He's here today. And he wants to get lunch. And it's just hard for me to tell people, like, nicely, look, man, you don't need to get me anything. I don't want to get lunch. I don't get lunch this time of day. It's small talk. I think you're a great guy. I wouldn't have had you over here, but spare me, please. I'm telling you, when it comes to weird shit like that, I don't even want, if you were a good looking, rock hard body, beautiful woman, I don't want to have lunch with you either. I got shit to do. Fuck around. Probably like a grouchy guy. I don't have any family, thank God. They're all dead except the nephew. They think you're doing, that's the thing. Think they're doing you a favor. They think they got to pay you back. That's why I drop subtle hints all the time, whether it's watermelons that I get down around Dothan, Alabama. You know, that's one kind of cool thing down there. Marty's got a place down there, and I fuck around down there. And like yesterday, he calls me, said he's got, he's got like tons of shit. Nicest guy you ever meet in your life. He calls me yesterday. He has one of his factories is about 36 miles from here. He said, hey, can you come get me? Well, my truck's over at his place in Hilton Head. I don't give a fuck. I've gotten to the point now where I'm so into what I'm doing. The days fly by and I don't want to piss away time driving everywhere like I used to. I got better things to do, like some goals. I said, come to get you. I said, would that fucking tin can quit working? That Tesla? He said, no, to be honest with you, I'm tired of driving the fucking thing. He's tired of driving that new Tesla. Yeah, I believe it. I mean, this shit is like gimmicky, novelty. So I went and picked him up. Yeah, no, that's right. I actually like David Lee Roth. He's another smart Jew. His dad's was a well-known ophthalmologist in Indianapolis. Yeah. Typical Jew makes, those fucking Jews can, they can make money, whether it's painting fences, doing heart surgeries, playing like they're drunk. You notice these fucking Jews aren't fucking dying of heroin overdoses. Goddamn right back there. They're back there crunching fucking numbers before the encore. Stock investment, Israeli bonds. The biggest thing I've learned through Jews, who I love, I wish I was a Jew, is delayed gratification, which I was the worst at my whole life. These fuckers, in general, you're going to find some example of a Jew serial killer, I know, but I'm talking about in general. These fuckers are experts in general. Yeah, no, absolutely right. Perfect example. Only the Jew rock stars act like they're high and drunk. That Jew even took it a step further. He married a porno movie star. His fucking financial advisor probably told him, you really want to put the cherry on the top of this shit? Look at their marketing. I still see those Kiss dolls places. Oh, yeah, typical Jew shit. Paul Simon, Hollywood, Douglas's, fucking geniuses, man. They're excellent. Shannon Tweed, all of them, yeah. Fucking experts at delayed gratification. That's the trick. If you're a Christian guy and you get a hold of $100,000, you're going to go out and buy that new Corvette. Not that fucking Jew. He's going to get the new Corvette, but it's not going to be from 20 years later when his investment portfolio now is $400,000 because he invested wisely and he's never touched the principal. The Christian's going to blow his whole wad on the principal right away and have no investments and all, not the old Jews. These fuckers are experts. Yeah, that's exactly right, my enemy. Yeah, fucking. It's funny though. The Jew rock stars act like they're high and drunk. They're back there with the fucking Texas Instruments calculator, figuring out their next investment. Drop a fucking beer bottle out of your spandex to get all these stupid Christians to believe it. It is the discipline, and it's the expectations too. Those fucking Jew mothers, they're not running around with a paddle and locking them in their room. I read an excerpt sometime where a Jewish kid went over to a Christian kid's house, and it's Hot Wheels and fucking tricycles and shit laying all over, race cars. And the Jewish kid said to the Christian kid, "Where are all your books?" Christian kid went over to the Jew's house. He said, "God, where are all your toys?" Yeah, right there. That sums it up. Asians too. It's such a big country, though. It's hard to tell if you go to a place like the University of Michigan. You tend to think, God damn, man. It's like, but when you look at the huge population they draw from, it's different than the Jews, a minority. All theatrics, absolutely right. Probably, that's exactly right. Bingo. Fucking back there trying to get matzo ball soup on sale in a 55-gallon drum. You're fucking A right. They don't want to get a popcorn at fucking intermission because it costs too much. It's no shit, man. There's something to it. But my experiences with the Jews, though, they will pay for good shit. I'm talking about the old good Jews. Like, I could never figure out Jews my age buying Mercedes-Benz and BMW. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Do you like, didn't you get an A in history? What's going on here? You look at those Nazi war criminals, man, those fucking rich Jews. They'd skip their vacation and track these motherfuckers down 100 years later. They were still alive. Yeah, it's true, my enemy. No, you got it figured out. It's the truth. I always secretly wished I could have a Jewish girlfriend. I dated a couple, but nothing good. Deep throat blowjobs were out of the question. Everything had to be on sale. They weren't that good looking. No tits. It just didn't work out. I mean, there's some good looking. If you look at the Jewish women from Israel, the ones that were born there, I'll tell you this, go Google Jewish women in the Israeli army. That's a mandatory stint in the army over there in Israel. Look at Jewish women in the army. I mean, they make the playmates and these girls on TikTok look like fucking white trash. I mean, these girls are fucking good looking. And they're core absolutely are just great everything. Great everything. Yep. Big time. Yeah, you're right. But a guy like me, I wouldn't stand a chance against any of those. No fucking way, man. Their parents are heading that off at the pass early on. It's like, yeah, I'm starting to date Tom Reed. He's got books all over. He's always jacking off to porn. He blew $455 last month on chicken for vultures. Can you believe that? It's like, well, is he educated? Yeah, he's got a degree in criminal justice. Fuck. No way. So it just couldn't have happened for a million reasons. Yeah, that's exactly right. Oh, fuck no. They'd be fucking heading me off the pass early. I'd have to get a reject Jew, like a crazy one, which you have a hard time finding. And look at these Jews, like that one that was on that show where they like did spaceship stuff. That was kind of the theme. She's got a fucking PhD in neurology. The one that was the host, Beelan, the one that was the host of Jeopardy for a while. This is what I mean about these Jews, man. These fucking people are dedicated and smart. She's got a PhD in neurology. And you look at some of these Jewish like actors and actresses that went to like Hollywood and they got a fucking, degree in economics from Harvard, Yale, and they try and keep it a secret. I'm trying to fucking pass a goddamn GED. Yeah, absolutely right. Jews Nation. Just go over to any of these good schools. Go to any of these good schools in the morning. The Jews and the Asians are out there with a fucking snowmobile suit on waiting for the door to open in Ann Arbor. And then you got to throw them out, threaten them at midnight when the library closes. They'd be there all fucking night long if you didn't kick them out. Yeah, I didn't even know what the inside of the fucking library looked like where I went to college. I didn't do fucking jack shit. These fucking hooligans that brought me into this world. She doesn't practice any organized religion. Yeah, but you know what? Even when they don't, they're quality people usually. There's some that don't go to the synagogue and shit, but they're still like their upbringing pays major dividends in the real world. Yeah, I'm not shitting you. They're like quality people. I mean, you'll see. There was the guy that owned that Corky and Lenny's down in Cleveland. I think his wife. That was probably an arranged. He looked like who was the guy, the plumber, that comedian, the something guy. He looked like that, and he had the most gorgeous looking Jewish wife in the world. And I know, and these Jewish women are smart too. They don't give a fuck how big your dick is or if you're bald. They want to see that fucking financial statement. They want to. Their marriage is a business decision. And you get some wild Jews in porn too. C.J. Lang. There's a bunch of them. The Mitchell brothers out there in San Francisco. The reject Jews. And the Jews were tied to Deep Throat somehow too. Oh, interesting, Pug, huh? Yeah, no, me too. Me too, my enemy. Yeah, Jerry Springer, Jewish. Yeah. Yep. Jerry Seinfeld. I mean, they control Hollywood. And the reason that is because back when they were fucking them over, Hollywood wasn't anything. It's like where you went for a job and nobody else would hire you. I mean, these Jews are still getting fucked with. They really do. It's true. A culture kind of without a country. And this whole Gaza shit. Fuck me. My suggestion is, this is what I'd like to do if I ran for office. I'd like to just say, get the fuck out of there. I mean, they're always fucking with you. I mean, there's never peace. They say the best fighter pilots in the world are fucking Jewish pilots. I believe that. Not only the motherfucker engineer the thing, he flies it too. And he's not out drinking and shit and painting nude women on the nose of his airplane. He's out there crunching some fucking numbers, trying to figure out how he's going to blow a couple extra hundred of you out of the fucking Times Square if he has to. Something to it. Yeah, episode of Jury. That's like I grew up with white trash. I knew at an early age, oh man, why was I born to these motherfuckers? Even as a kid, I was hoping they'd get killed in a car accident so I get adopted by some better parents. I couldn't wait to get away from them. True right trash. Like factory worker, drugstore worker, fucking infidelity, pill popping drunks. I didn't even go to my dad's funeral. I've gotten 2 commercials, so. Oh, sorry about that. I don't know why that fucking thing's doing that. The only ones I can't unmonetize is the shorts, and I've been fucking me around on those too lately. Well, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Hey, be careful what you wish for. Steven Spielberg, yeah. I saw his boat one time down at Fort Lauderdale, probably 10 years ago. Oh yeah, he's a good guy, successful guy. Mitchell brothers. Who's those 2 Jews that did Leaving Las Vegas and No Country for Old Men? The Coens. Yeah. I don't think we get any Jews on here. Fuck no, man. They're out fucking, doing something more productive. I'm not getting paid for them. I'm not. No, I don't click that thing because the reason I said, they show you a thing on here. If I monetized all my stuff, they show you what I'd get, $325 a month. But to tell you the truth, it's not worth it because once you click monetization, they've got like 50 fucking things you got to check off. Does this offend anybody? Is this potentially controversial? Fuck yeah, everything. Is there dirty language? I mean, there's so much shit. So it's not worth $325 a month for me to just, weave my own noose. This way, if it's not monetized, you can you can't really do anything to me except not recommend me, which I'm fine with. I got too many goddamn subscribers as it is. I hope to never get another viral video. So I kind of got them in a weird predicament. The Pavlov dog experiment with me is over. I got this, and I don't want your $325 a month. You can keep it, and that way I can do what I want to do. So, I'm not violating any policies because I'm not monetizing anything. The only thing they can fuck me on is the shorts, because they figured it out. Smart Jews, Google, right? They figured it out that they make more money through shorts, or as much money as they did on chats. And so why do? That's why they really push the chats. I mean, you could go out and take a short, start a new channel, do just shorts of stupid shit, a penny on a desk, and you're going to have fucking 10,000 views tomorrow. You're going to think, wow, this is great, man. They really like it. Well, it's all pushing commercials on stuff that's vanilla. You're not going to offend anybody. And they're going to throw that bone to you early on. You're going to be just filming all this stupid shit that they're making money on, but you're not. But I'm fine with it because I'm glad that I can do this, and I don't care about making any money. Yeah, fuck them. Yeah, comment. Yeah, a lot of people I've been getting a lot of emails. They can't comment on my shorts. Now, what they have quit doing is I was getting like 100 a day copyright infringements. And it was all based on the title, Eyes Without a Face. Now, I used that title the other day to see if it happened again. It's some fuck up thing with their algorithms. And I just quit fucking with any of those people, unless it's one of these fucking stalkers that puts the name in the title and I get a chance to fuck them. I'll click the box on that. But everybody else, I don't care. It's just like, I get lucky once in a while on some kind of bird or some place I happen to be, and people get a hold of me and want to know if they can use clips. If you're a movie maker and you're trying to do something, I mean, I got 22,000 videos uploaded. I mean, there's bound to be something that someone somewhere wants that, is 10,000 miles away, and they want to use it in a clip in a movie. Fuck, go ahead. Have at it. Good luck to you. Yeah, it's not like it's some great fucking, I hit the fucking record button and the battery was charged. That's it. I mean, why would you try to get paid for this? Yeah, artificial intelligence. I see a lot of these YouTube videos it's this one guy, it's the same voice all the time. They're really trying to make a lot of porn with artificial intelligence too. Man, if I want to watch porn, I don't want to watch two fucking cartoons. Yeah, they got a long way to go before they get me clicking on that shit. Besides, I quit porn. Let me fill up my coffee a little bit more. Eyes Without a Face. Oh, yeah. Eyes Without a Face. Well, today, I'm supposed to get my new 20 terabyte hard drive. I have the distinctive award of accidentally deleting 11.8 terabytes of fucking shit that I've saved for the last 20 years. I deleted a whole fucking external hard drive. This motherfucker. 11.8 fucking terabytes. Deleted it all like a fucking dumbass. So I'm waiting for my new 20 terabyte hard drive, because you can't retrieve deleted data without some place to store it. Well, where in the fuck do I got 12 empty capabilities of storage to retrieve the data? Fucking nowhere. So I had to order a 20 terabyte hard drive. Fucking pissed me off. That deletion, it cost me $300. $50 to join the fucking recovery thing and $250 for the 20 terabyte hard drive. Fucking stupid, man. That's the second time I've done that. Fucking goddamn stupid. Hey, how you doing, Real King? Oh, Happy New Year to you too. How's it going? Yeah, 20 terabyte. $249. I get the same ones all the time. Western Digital makes them. And that's who owns a lot of this recovery software now. That recovery software works, by the way. Mine's Wondershare. Costs $50. Now, here's what fucking sucks is when you recover data, if you guys ever lose some fucking data, just let me know. I'll give you my password. You can use mine. But it works. There's a couple things. First of all, it's slower than hell. But the real bitch, now this is, if they didn't have this, you're fucked. It's 11.8 terabytes of shit gone for good. So I'm glad they got it. But what really sucks is when you recover that data, it doesn't recover it with the name files. It's not like it was before you deleted it. Now you got to click through those fucking files to see what's what. It gets rid of the fucking description you had on the file, which sucks. But I wanted that shit. It's like interviews from Detroit, photos I've taken. I'll probably never use them, but I like the idea of using them if I want to. Fuck them. Yeah, it's twice I've done that. 2 fucking times. No, it's not organized. Yeah, it fucking sucks, man. God damn it. I should have caught it. You know, this is how fucking stupid I was. I actually deleted it way before I recognized it. And I should have caught it there. I had 3 GoPros. And I wondered why. What happens is, you can plug these drives in a computer and they list them different ways. Well, when you're changing ports or you're adding something you haven't used in a long time, let's say you got 5 things plugged in, a card reader for my Nikon, a fucking something else. You got 5 things turned in, right? Well, when you're plugging things in, for some reason, a stupid fucking computer reassigns what drive it is. Well, I haven't used this external hard drive. I just was looking for some piano music, and I just wasn't thinking, plugged the motherfucker in, and for the last forever, when I plug in an SD card, it's up in the top right, and it's A, B, C, D, E. Well, I plugged that fucking external hard drive in a different port. I probably would have caught it if I used a different port, and it rearranged where the hard drives were with regard to letter A, B, C, D, E. So what happened is, rather than the SD card be at the top right to reformat it, that fucking thing put that goddamn external hard drive where I've been deleting files and reformatting SD cards for GoPros. And I was just whipping through there, just done it a million times, went through there. But where I should have caught it was it was a lot of data on there. I should have known. And I did think to myself, that's how fucking stupid I am. When I saw that up there, it's like, why is so much data on there? Well, once in a while, it doesn't delete it on a reformat. The line still shouldn't have been that long. So I deleted it. And about a few minutes later, I thought to myself, I looked down and I saw where the SD card that I thought I was deleting. And I looked and there was still data on that. And I knew I fucked myself. I knew what I had done. Sure enough, I deleted the whole G drive. Every fucking thing on it. Went and clicked on there. Nothing. Yeah, you can get it back. Yeah, you can get it back 3 years. Yeah, you can still get it back. Yes. Yep, you can get it back. Yep. Now, another thing too, like that shit's on these drives forever. So I will have to go through there once in a while and just, there's probably redundant shit. I mean, it's better than not having the data, but it's nowhere near like it was before. Yeah, you can get it. That's the same software they use to catch perverts. You know how you find out that they deleted the hard drive and then they, find kitty porn on somebody. That's the same. And now that's available to the public. Same shit. And you go back on there. All you can do is rewrite over the disk. The data never goes away. That's insane, isn't it? It does get overwritten, but the data is on that disk forever. See, that's where it gets dicey. Is you're getting a bunch of shit on a restore that you don't want. But there's no way. Well, they do give you a list, and I'll have to look at it. There are a few things that I don't check the box for to restore, but not many because I'm not sure what the hell it is. Fucking getting pissed talking about it. See, now I'm working on my damn emotions, trying not to let my emotions get pissed. That's exactly right. They glue those hard drives back with super glue, though. If they really want to fuck you, believe me, there's all sorts of ways of getting that shit. The best way, like the real crooks and the dopers and shit, they got a little bucket of sulfuric acid. And when the fucking battering ram knocks down the front door, you eject that motherfucker and put it in there. James, how you doing today? It does take a bit of time. It does take time. It does. This 11.2, 11.8 terabytes will be about 5 fucking days of retrieving that shit. 5 days. It's really slow. Yep. Yeah, fireplace too. But you got to get rid of it like now. Yeah. How's Abacadabra? Yeah, I bet it'll take 5 days. I know. Yeah, it just barely clicks by. Just a slow click. It takes a fucking forever. Last time I deleted 5 terabytes, and I think same way too. And it took, I think, 40, it said 46 hours, but it was less than that. So I'm assuming this is going to be 4 or 5 days. You can still do shit on your computer and stuff. But yeah, it takes forever. Fucking, so I should have that motherfucker delivered today. Could be out in the Porsche right now. Fucking bullshit. I had to pay for that. God damn it. Yeah, tracking and package, most of that tracking is proposed, not real time. As an example, if you go to the post office and you got tracking, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit. That's where it's supposed to be, not where it is. The only person that has access to real-time tracking is the post office. A manager. That bullshit you see on there is proposed. It's like, oh, I'm watching my fucking dildo. Oh, it's in Toledo. Oh, now it's in Cincinnati. Now it's in Lexington. Wow, now it's in Atlanta. No, it's not. It's in fucking Portland, Oregon. Yeah, it's for sure. Yes, for sure. Yep. Fucking in Portland. Yeah, and because I've had it happen before, and I was fucking around eBay a lot. eBay now, that's totally, you got to give them your account number, and you can forget about talking to a person. It'd be a good name for a punk band, wouldn't it? Toledo Dildo. I mean, if the name of the game's remembering a name. Yeah, me too. My eBay name's Detroit River. I've been on there, I think, 25 years or something. 26. Oh, eBay was great for about 15 years. And I was late to the game there too. I should have got on there like a year earlier. But eBay was absolutely great. Now they're, trying to be like Amazon. That's Facebook Marketplace. That wiped out Craigslist. I hate that fucking Zuckerberg motherfucker. They went around, they actually have hired staff seeing if you're a right winger, a Trump supporter, and they will fuck you left and right. That's just wrong. There should be some legislation where you can't censor shit for political reasons. You could throw the whole fucking country. They tried. That motherfucker spent $400 million trying to get Trump before this last time. No shit. Yeah, he really is a douche. I see Bezos is down there sucking it. I guess him and that trans fucking girlfriend of his. Here's a weird thing. If you Google it, that's the ex-girlfriend of Tony Gonzalez, that tight end. And They just raided Bezos' fucking yacht the other day someplace. I guess it's a high dope area. But anyway, Tony Gonzalez was on that yacht. Her ex, father of her children, and Bezos wasn't around. What the hell's going on there? She probably wanted a good fucking throttling from that Mexican. I mean, Jeff Bezos, it just goes to show you, man, how important looks are. You can be one of the richest guys in the world and still be fucking weird looking. That goes you. Everybody's got a price. God knows what she thinks of when she's fucking this guy. But that's men's egos, man. Oh, he's a weirdo too, Tony Gonzalez, is he? Yeah, no, it's weird. That's so true. Oh, FedEx. Yeah, I never really fucked around with them, right? Huh. I know they don't pay as well. Slave drivers. Oh, yeah, I bet maybe that Priority Express and all that kind of shit. Huh. That's interesting. We're supposed to get some really cold weather here. Like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like 20s. Oh, do you? He might. Yeah, he could. He could. That's possible. I think a good rule of thumb, whether it's pro sports, whatever, doesn't matter. I think a good rule of thumb on gays is 8% of a population. Maybe that's why Bezos didn't give a fuck if he was on the boat. He's fucking gay. Down low. Yeah, you might be right. I know Oprah used to have things on that black guys. You know, that's true. If you look at Coolio or DMX, one of those two guys, they're always making innuendos about black guys sucking cock for extra money. It's like in the hood. It's either DMX or Coolio. Source of income. You think this is suitable for most advertisers? No, I'm not sure on Jeff Bezos. I just can't believe with that kind of cash. I swear, if I ever had that kind of money, you wouldn't be seeing women like her on there. I'm not shitting you. I'd have that motherfucker chock fucking full of like the hottest fucking escorts in the world. I don't give a fuck what country they came from. Just laying around drunk, running around. Not some old goddamn transgender lookalike like her. Same with Melania Trump. I mean, if you compare her to like somebody that I date, yeah, right, I get it's a no-brainer, right? But I just don't like that look. She looks like she's got a dick. Yeah, me too. I would too. I mean, what the fuck are these guys thinking, man? But, you know, I'm telling you, I've met women. I told you, I met 2 women in Chicago like that, like geisha girls. Men's egos, man, that'll fucking sink your ass. You fucking really will. You'll just believe this bullshit because you want to believe it. Yeah, that could be it too. Yeah, had it all. I'd like to been one of those a Gaddafi or one of those guys, Saddam Hussein. Been so fucking great. God. You listen to women, you get around women, you're at a cocktail party, and they're talking about the travesty of the Roman days where all these young girls were just like beholden to these kings. I'm thinking, fuck yeah. Wish I'd have been one of them. But I'm not stupid, so I said, yeah, it's really terrible. That's exploitation. Yeah, that's really bad to just be my age and want a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds running around in bikinis giggling. Yeah, that's fucking a shame. And then I call my enemy. I say, hey, man. Yeah. It'd be so great. Fucking that it's not like that anymore though. Now you're gonna get sued, charged, fucking canceled. Fuck yeah, all that shit. Naked Carl, yeah, exactly right. Jarts. We'd have eye protection. They'd all be nude. That's what I'd say. I'd go on there and say, yeah, you got 50 of the most beautiful young women in the world. We're going to be playing jarts. They wouldn't have any clothes on. And I'd make a point when I was being interviewed that they all had eye protection. So a jart didn't blind them. I do care. It'd be so great. Just self-indulgent. Just king crab legs all over, fondue, fine wine. Fucking great. Oh, fuck yeah. Then you snap back into reality. 68, tons of baggage, no money, hoarding, bitchy. And then you realize right then and there, life is not fair. I swear to God, though, I just love to like get the truth out of Jeff Bezos' fiance. Really, a guy like me, I thought the first wife was cuter to me. I thought the first wife, and she sounds like she's giving away billions. I know better than that. I'd rather have somebody that looked just like her broke. I've really matured, though. I wouldn't buy all that crazy shit. I'd like to just give it away, make people's life better. Not like liberal give it away either. I wouldn't have, 25,000 dicks chopped off and have them turned into females where I'd buy dresses and do talent shows, even though they used to be overweight, hairy truck drivers. I'd like build ponds for migrating ducks. I'd buy tracts of land where deer could eat there and not worry about getting shot. Yeah. That's a little windy today, too. These cheap plastic round thermometers aren't worth a fuck. They're just not accurate at all. Don't even waste your money. Like this fucking thing saying it's 65. Bullshit. It's more like 45. And it's not in the sun. I can't quite figure out why these are so off. Now I got get the alcohol one, not the cheap fucking needle that budges for no reason. Get the one with the red alcohol in it. That's more accurate. I think the humidity hygrometer is way off, but the rest of the stuff seems to work. Oh, Temu thermometer? Yeah, that's it. Oh, Port Sanilac? Oh, you're lucky. I really do miss a good snowstorm. I went on, I go on, look at these webcams in Michigan, Mackinac, Traverse City. Man, the fucking snow still isn't shit up there. Nothing. I love a good snowstorm. I'd love to be up there in a good blizzard. Lake effect. I don't care where it comes from. Just a good snowstorm. Yeah, Anchorage. Yeah, Anchorage is cool. Their crime's through the roof. People are always shocked when they get to Anchorage. They think they're going to be like feeding moose out their hotel window and shit. Be lucky if they're not fucking murdered by a crack addict. No, it's not, Angie. No, it's not. There's a good snowfall is exciting. Yeah, typical Big Silly. Yeah, it is. You're right. Yeah, Sault Ste. Marie, they get good snow up there, usually. Now, Gaylord, Michigan, which is in the snow belt, was about 90 miles north of me. They got fucking nailed here about a month ago, but that's back to bullshit, too. You look around all those like popular snowmobile places, fuck, they don't have hardly any snow. I'm not too worried about it, though. It'll come back. But I do like a good blizzard. I wanted to go someplace this winter and just like experience a big snowstorm. Fuck, good luck. Anywhere, it's like, fuck, you could be there a month and not get anything. I don't give a fuck where it's at. Dakotas, Iowa, California. Hey, it really could. I mean, no bullshit. It's 45 here today. Oh, wow. Oh, had a good time. How long did you take to do that? How long did you take to do that? Like 2 weeks? 10 days? Memphis, crazy, crazy crime there too. Yeah, 2 weeks. That's what I thought. Yeah, it's fun. I like trips like that. I went out to Holbrook, Arizona a year ago, August. It's fun. I had a good time. Love those road trips. Yeah, Truckee, I like that too. Oh, Truckee's awesome. Oh, no shit. That'd have been a good time. Truckee's cool. They got nailed last year big time. I actually looked at hotels and motels out there. Go out there and check it out. But even there, man, you never know. Anybody know like a good hotel or motel where you can like see the expressway? You got to get those by accident. Get lucky. You can just watch the cars slow down and see flashers on and shit. I love it. Oh, I bet it was crazy. Yeah, they get nailed out there. There's a guy that just started doing helicopter videos out west there. He gets up around the Sierra Nevadas. He fucks around down around uh, San Francisco. He's got a Bell 429. I think he flies for some rich guy. But it's called More Left Pedal. Those are beautiful. He doesn't narrate, no music, and it's not a bunch of stupid talking. It's just these killer views out of this $12 million helicopter. It's called More Left Pedal. Go look at it on YouTube. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, I do notice that here, Angie. Yep. I know. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, we get like, you can get like, we get sweet corn still here. Watermelon's like probably 9 months out of the year. Yeah, it all comes up from Florida. And, a lot of shit still grows in hot houses down there because it's not cost prohibitive to heat them because it's pretty hot there most of the time. Yeah. And nuts are a big deal here. Pecans. Yeah, that's because the torque, on the tail rotor. But go look at that channel, man. He's got some killer videos. He just put one up on a night. You can go through YouTube and look for instrument filed flight plans on helicopters. Fuck, there's probably not 5 of them on all of YouTube. You hardly ever get people filing IFR in helicopters. But he does. And he doesn't talk. What the fuck is that worth? No music, no narration. God damn. No, it's fantastic. It's the best helicopter. It's the best aviation channel I know of right now. Yeah, thank you for putting it on there. No, killer views. Look at the one he just did on going through the Sierra Mountains and night flights around San Francisco. No, that's a good. He flies a Pilatus too, airplane. That's a great channel. Yeah, really good channel. You'll love that one, man. Look at that one he did on the IFR flying at night. Yeah, they're all good. Yeah, it's cool. Oh, you could do it. No, that's not. No, it's not. You wouldn't. I don't think you'd think that if you got out and you took lessons. It's not that big a deal. I was like that when I first started. I'll tell you, when I first started flying, believe it or not, for quite a while, I didn't like looking out the window in a steep turn, like looking down, like it sees you're not moving, like if you're turning around a point. I bet that listed for like 4 years. You think, oh, how can you be a pilot and like not want to look out the window? Well, believe me, I'm here to tell you, I was. And I know other pilots that didn't like going into places where they were lower than like skyscrapers. It gave them the heebie-jeebies. Weird. And I've had a couple times too where I've been flying and you'll like be looking and it seems still, like the engine's running, it's smooth, you got the heat on, and it's like still, and it's like you just seem like you're up there. And as soon as I just touch a control and just a little bit, like that, just touched it, it all went away. Weird. But it's like kind of that out of control feeling if you're on snow or ice and you hit the brakes and you hear it like lock up and you're not slowing down. That's how it was, kind of that kind of thing. Yeah, but as soon as you just touch it, just to control it, just a little, it all went away. So weird, man. The mind's fucking crazy. I think it's like your brain like it scares you for no reason. Oh yeah, no, a lot of people are afraid of heights that are pilots. Yeah. No, yeah, a lot of people are like. I know a lot of people are afraid of heights at skydive. They kind of, yeah, it's complex stuff. They kind of like, you know, and then the second they jump out of that plane, it's fine. But they don't look out the window or anything on the way up there. They like kind of bury their head between their lamp, get up to wherever they're going, 8,000 feet, and jump them out. And if you look at like early, people that go on these first skydive things back in the old day, tandem jumps before they had the good chutes. I mean, they're stepping on your fucking fingers when you get out in that strut. They don't want anybody getting back in. They don't want any chutes opening accidentally. They'll drop kick your fucking ass out of there. Once you get up there with that parachute on, you're not getting fucking back in, no matter how scared you are. Oh, good for you. That sounds good. Yeah, but I mean, don't let it limit you, like because you're thinking this while you're on the ground and not experiencing it. There's a Molly Carlson is her name. I don't really find her that attractive, but she's like 20, so it's possible. And she's on the Red Bull diving team. I think she was in the Olympics. Molly Carlson is her name. She's a high diver. There ain't no fucking way I do that. That girl she's a sweet, like, cute girl. And she jumps off this stuff. No fucking way. No way. I think that's just a whole nother. I flew hang gliders, not hang gliders, ultralights, a powered parachute, plane, skydived. But there's no fucking way I'd jump off one of those goddamn things. They'd need to bring a fucking saw to get my fingers off the goddamn steps. I don't know how they stand up there and like and then do a flip in the air. Fuck that. Yeah, I don't really find her attractive. She's got a good personality and stuff. Yeah. But now that you bring it up, what is she, 22? Yeah. Yeah, I got to come clean on this. I'd die between her legs too. Yeah, she's got a great personality, but she's one of those kind of girls that reminds me in college. You're at a bar and like, she's got two super cute girlfriends and then she's there. Kind of like a fringe girl. You need to be plastered. Oh, the swimmers, fuck yeah. You look at those those diving girls in different colleges. God, same with the volleyball and the high jump. Fucking killer bodies, man. That doesn't last long though. You look at the Olympians like that Shannon, whatever her name was, and the one that had some health problems, Mary Lou Retton. Fuck, they look like a fucking 55-year-old Italian that never worked out, that quit shaving their legs. They're not good looking at all. They didn't like keep staying good looking. You look at some of the old Olympians. I'll tell you who I bet was a piece of ass and a half, though, was that fucking one that banged that Nancy Kerrigan in the leg with a pipe in Detroit. Tanya Harding. I mean, she had a big ass, but I'll bet she was a piece of ass and a half. Just white trash that somehow came up through a sport like that and, did well. And then even, just got the ultimate prize for white trash, had her big dick boyfriend bash the competition in the leg with a pipe. Wasn't that crazy? And I kind of feel sorry for her. She got into boxing and stuff. I don't know what she's doing now, but I bet she was fucking just unbelievable in bed. I mean, way better than Nancy Kerrigan. She always seemed like such a fucking airhead. Yeah, volleyball's good too. Yeah, they sure are. No, she didn't. No, she didn't age well. But fuck, she's probably what now, 60? Yeah. And you look at some of those old Russian gymnasts like Olga Korbut and those, god damn. They look like 80-year-old lesbians. I mean, I know the men do too, the men don't look good either. Yeah, she wasn't in prison that long though. I scroll through those sites sometimes too. Last night I got a fucking warning on my goddamn thing. I typed in female school teachers that were convicted of having sex with underage men. I got a fucking a warning that I was searching like pervert shit. And click that, all you fellow perverts out there. Type in female teachers convicted of sex with underage males. God, man. 10% of them look like they ought to be in fucking Playboy. Why couldn't that have happened to me? I had a couple teachers. Denise LeBeau, she was in my class. Her sister was her substitute teacher. She's like super good looking. God, man, I didn't give a fuck what she was talking about. I just listened to this bullshit, just mentally undressing her. Yeah. Hot figure skaters. Yeah, most of those I didn't think were that great, though. Those figure skaters. Yeah, right. Yeah, no, it happens all the time. There was one down in Flat Rock, Michigan, where I was from. They caught her with a 6-pack of beer and a 15-year-old kid at a park that had closed. Yeah, I mean, I joke about it, but it's fucked up. I still wish it would have happened to me, though. I mean, these women are obviously fucking nuts. I mean, if you think a 15-year-old that you just blew on a park bench isn't telling his buddy, I got news for you. I just don't think it should be the same crime for young men as it is for women. It seems super creeper when you got an older guy and a younger woman, but when you're a young guy and you got a good-looking teacher, it just doesn't a crime. Crime against what? Yeah, molest me, please. No, I know. But if you look at the majority of them, it's kind of these plain Janes. And by that time, these 15-year-olds, you can tell they're going to be good-looking guys, and they just don't have access. It's a captive audience. If they go out to singles bar, those guys that are their age don't give them the fucking time of day. Well, when you're a teacher and you're tutoring these fuckers and shit, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but they have access to them. And these young guys are, thinking what young guys think, and that's why it happens. It's still a crime, though. You can't do that shit. Yeah, 5 miles. I mean, if you did some shit like that, you ought to just, after you're done, you ought to just go right down to the police department because you're going to get caught. Then you get on the sex offenders list. Fuck. That being on the, and this girl, this one from Flat Rock, she's on the sex offenders list. She actually lives in Taylor. She was super cute when she got nailed, but I just looked her up the other day. You'd have to be stupid. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. I agree with you. No, it sounds like when we're on here talking, fucking around, fantasies and shit, but yeah, super fucking creeper, even for the women. Oh, you lucky guy. Hot for the teacher, that's right. Yeah, it'd be so great. No, that happened in my our after I left, the head football coach. I think he was a deacon in the church. He got nailed for and they sued and got a ton of money. And this was back in the late 70s. But you got to have a major fucking screw loose to do that. It's criminal. Yeah, I mean, you just got to be. I mean, I think it's a whole nother facet. That's a developing mind, a whole nother facet of creeper, even for the women. I mean, I guess you could, there's some fucking, slant that I have never thought of, but you got to know better. Same with these fucking perverts that go over to these foreign countries with these underage girls. I think that's just as bad. Fucking weird. Now, look, there are underage girls that look good. That's another thing I've talked to women about before, too. At least me, like, if you see an attractive body, it's an attractive body. And if those young bodies happen to look that way when they were 80, you'd think that was attractive, too. They act like if you see a young, attractive girl as an older guy, that you're, running around looking in sandboxes. That's not what it is. I mean, it's a good looking body, irregardless of their age. They just happen to be young and you're supposed to know better. But it isn't because you're seeking out young. It's just good bodies and young goes together a lot of the times. If it was somebody 60 that had like a rockin' perfect body and that kind of skin, you'd think the same thing. So it's really not age related. It's just attractive bodies that happen to be young sometimes. And you're supposed to, as a sane adult, know better. I've had a couple times in my life where I'd seen creepers around young girls, and I've asked them, it's like, do you know this guy? And one did and one didn't. I said, well, was he like bothering? She said, yeah. I just had that happen at that BP before it burned down about 6 months ago. And there's a girl that works in there. She's been married a couple times, and there's some Indian guy following around. Going and, giving her the creeps. And it was right towards closing time. Either I'm going to kill them or they're going to kill me, but I'm not going to like not say something. I should just stay out of it, but fucking creeper. That's really a creeper feeling. I do know too. I know a marble collector got nailed. He's in prison for 35 years in Michigan. These fucking perverts, I tell Marty all the time with his grandchildren, these fucking perverts will lay low for 30 years to get a kid alone. If I had young kids, I would never allow them to be with adults unsupervised. I would never give them the opportunity. Yeah, that's right. That's what they are. Nope, no way. This guy's name's James McConnell. You can look him up on The Prisoner. Look at Troy, and he did it through the church. Look at Troy man convicted of church molestation. Jim O'Connell. Yeah. And looking back, of course, it's easy to say, once they nail these fuckers, you look back and they all look like perverts. It's true. But he seemed creeper at the beginning. Yeah, it's really fucked up, man. The damage it does. If you look at like, you know, how this affects people getting molested, it's they deserve to be beaten. Oh, no kidding, huh? Wow. Yeah, it happens. You can't do it. You can't do it. Yeah, it's like it's an illness. You know, I do think too. I think their brains just fucked up, man. You think that shit. I mean, why do I like pastrami and not corned beef? I think you could be like a nuclear physicist, or you can be a fucking pedophile, a creeper. It isn't like it's some discipline you can't control. It's just you're fucking nuts. You know, your brain is like not meant for a civilized world. They just nailed. Look up at Traverse City. That his wife is kind of a well-known motivational speaker. Look at Traverse City restaurant and cameras in the bathroom. He just got 9 years or something like that. She's like a well-known motivational speaker. Boy, if there was ever a time to give a motivational speech, it was probably at his sentencing. I'd love to know. I don't know anybody up there if she's going to divorce him in prison or not. Yeah, look up Traverse City, Michigan. Uh, Cameras in bathrooms. Yeah, what the fuck was that? Morsels. Morsels was the name of the restaurant. Morsels. And this fucking creeper was fucking putting cameras in the bathroom and then telling the girls to try on these new shirts and shit. What a fucking dumbass. You know that. By the way, there's a thing you can get, and you know who else got busted doing that? The Buc-ee's truck stop. Gas station. Travel stop. His son got fucking busted putting those in rental houses. Yeah. And back in the day, if you used to get caught looking in windows, they'd tell you to quit doing it. Now it's a felony most places. Yeah, felony. And videotaping people without their permission's a felony too. That's why I always make sure I get permission. Yeah. Oh, Chuck Berry, like watching girls peeing. Yeah, Chuck Berry, you got caught doing that twice. Yep. Yep, he got nailed. He was a real fucking prick, man. He got caught robbing a bank too in high school. His mother was a school teacher. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis. He killed his girl. One of the girls, Shannon something. She was from Westland, Michigan. They charge you for that nowadays. Back then, he got out of it. Yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis. He should go to prison. So should Elvis Presley. Should have been in prison too. There's a fucking bunch of them out there. Fucking creepers. Elvis Presley should have been in prison. I mean, what's the difference between being a rich and a famous singer and middle class? About 30 years. Oh, Steven Tyler's like that too. Woody Allen too. And that was a step kid. Another creeper, pervert. I didn't know Steven Tyler was into that shit. Huh. What's the deal with that Kevin Spacey now? Does anybody know? Is he going away or not? Is he going away? Excuse me, Roman Polanski. Another pervert, Roman Polanski. Another fucking creeper. Oh, they did clear him. Oh, they did, huh? That was a joke in the monologue of comedians 20 years ago. Nothing worse than being in Kevin Spacey's basement. Another creeper. But I'll bet a lot. I bet young, attractive women. I bet they all had like experiences with creepers. Did any of you women on here have creepers come after you when you were young? Yeah, yeah. It's only Steven Tyler I know of. Yeah, I didn't know he was a creeper. Oh, you did, huh? Oh, did you really? No kidding. I mean, more than just like innocent flirting. No shit, huh? Yeah, it's fucking creeper. Oh, no kidding. No kidding, huh? Oh, yeah, that's fucked up. Really, I didn't know that. Adopted too. What a fucking creeper. You didn't like it? Oh, did you really, Angie? No shit. I had a couple fag college professors. Fucking I had a girlfriend at the time too. She said, these guys really want to suck your dick, man. I could tell. Said it's so fucking obvious. I just looked one up the other day. Dr. Gren Ruley, Ruehle. He died in Toledo, Ohio. Yeah, definitely he did. Fucking faggot. He was actually a courier for the CIA. Gave me a ride home. No kidding, huh? 11. What a pervert. No shit, huh? That is so creeper. I mean, I would do something about that, and just at this stage of my life, I just take the criminal charge. Fuck it. Sit in his lap at Christmas. So fucking creeper. Huh. Wow. Oh yeah, no shit. Yeah, probably a creeper. We had another I had another. He hated me though. I hated him too. Back then I was like blue collar, the gay shit. Like, he kind of suspected it. Paul Ator was his name. That motherfucker tried to keep me from graduating from high school. I was probably making like gay comments and shit. But he was on Hollywood Squares. And Paul Lynn, the comedian, was on there. And it was kind of a thing like my art teacher said he got caught grabbing a guy's dick at Elizabeth Park in Trenton later on. But this was before Hollywood Squares. And he said something to Paul Lynn, like, I'll take you. And Paul Lynn said, oh, no, you won't. I mean, it was just a total flamer. Paul Ator. What a prick. But I'm sure he gave me an E in art. How the fuck do you get an E in art? And he drove a Volvo. No kidding. What a fucking pervert. Wow, that's creeper. No kidding. Wow. I mean, even now, if I knew some woman and she was my age and she told me she got molested, if that motherfucker was still alive, I'd still fuck with him. Because I know what it does to people. It really fucks people's minds up. And I don't care if he didn't get rubbed as a baby or what. I'd really want to like fuck him. Oh, no shit, huh? Yeah, it does. It does, man. It's fucking creeper. Oh, but what I was going to say, you can get a thing on eBay. It's like $15 to see if there's a recorder recording you. I told Stephanie, don't worry, because if she brings one down here and she's in the shower, you can guarantee you're going to see it go off. Oh, really? Yeah, with Stephanie, I'm going to turn the hidden camera off. Stephanie said I'd probably get one view. I got to be careful what thumbnail I use. God. Stephanie will have her thing. There's a hidden camera, and she gets in the shower and it goes off. Oh, shit, man. eBay. eBay. Get them all over. You can get them Amazon, eBay, everywhere. Yeah, the only one it's not going to help you with is one that's timed. But if it's one that's on all the time, because they'll run forever on a battery, which they usually are, so you're pretty safe. Oh, good. You know, when I was living in Ann Arbor, Belleville, which was not too far away, some school administrator was fucking the secretary, and they wanted to get rid of him. And somebody put hidden cameras in there and and this is no shit, got about, over the course of 2 years, got about 5 hours of him fucking his secretary in his office. And you know what they did? They burned DVDs and they sent them to parents and all the school board. And actually the FBI got involved in that. The FBI got involved in that. I mean, it's kind of, I don't know why I think it's funny, but you know, here you get these DVDs, you go put it in your, and it's this guy banging his secretary over a 2-year period on his desk. And you're like pissed. And how the fuck do you respond to that? But somehow they were able to get the FBI involved in that, and they never did catch the people that did it. This motherfucker burned like 50 fucking copies and sent them to just anybody that, you know, they thought would really get a kick out of this. Yeah, I know. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. Yep. God. What they should have done, though, and I don't remember if this happened or not. What they should have done is somebody should have sent an anonymous letter, filed a formal complaint, and try and get these people to lie under oath. If you ever had an affair, if you ever had physical contact at work, really set them up under oath. Then send the DVDs, the CDs. Then you got them either way. They got them either way. How are you going to keep working there? I mean, just because it was obtained illegally and an invasion of privacy and all that shit, you're fucked. Yeah, you're fucking screwed. Yeah, weird, crazy, isn't it? Yeah, buzzkill. You got that right. God. There's the vultures out there flying around, warming up. Probably looking for a piece of chicken. He's flying right over the house. That's cool. Well, I think I'm going to sign off, you guys. Appreciate you coming on. Hope you have a good day today. Check for cameras in your bathroom. You know who does that shit a lot? People that like rehab your house and stuff. You know, it's perfect. I've heard of people doing it too. They'll go into like a nice hotel, put a pinhole camera, rent the room, and go back a month later and rent the same room and then get the camera out of the grate. You know, so they're all putting them in like, you know, vents and stuff like that, even though the room's rented to like who knows how many people by the time you get around going back there. They put like a 6-month battery on it. Yeah, I'll come on later. Yeah, not 100% though, but I probably will. Yeah. Oh, you're writing this down? Oh, okay. Yeah, don't do it, man. It's a fucking crime. I think you get on the sex offender list for doing that too. Good. Well, hey, good luck with everything, Angie. Try all that stuff. You party on, okay? See you, Pug. Callie. Yeah, see you, my enemy. Yep. Take care. Possum, you rock on. I don't want me to forget anybody. Yeah, have a good day today. Try to. Yeah, this fucking they've changed so much in this stream thing. The fuck is this thing? Manage. All right. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Have fun.